Hi guys, this is Rich, back with another video on the DJI Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced. Today I wanted to see how effective the M2EA might be at detecting a human heat signature under a dense canopy like we have here in West Virginia, especially in the summertime. It's going to be a relatively easy and straightforward test. I'm going to walk into the tree line and I'm going to hover the drone at 3 different altitudes, starting at 100 feet, then going up to 200 feet, and then finally 350 feet above ground level. Just want to see if at those different elevations and altitudes if it can detect a human heat signature. So let's go ahead and get the drone in the air and see what we can see. Now that the drone is in position, I'll switch from the visible light camera to the thermal camera. As you can see, it's pretty easy to spot me when I move through the clearing, but as soon as I get in the canopy, it does become more difficult. But you can still see me through the sparser vegetation. Okay, let's switch to the visible light camera and fly to 200 feet. Besides the dense foliage, search and rescue missions in areas like West Virginia are particularly difficult because of the hilly terrain. You can't just set an altitude and fly a grid unless that altitude is very high. And as you'll see, the higher the drone, the less effective the thermal camera will be at picking up the heat signatures on the ground. Okay, at 200 feet, you can still see me in the clearing pretty well, but it does become more difficult. Obviously, my signature is a little smaller, and under the canopy, it's even harder to spot. One of the more useful features of the Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced for search and rescue is the ability to select between different color palettes. A lot of people prefer the white hot palette for search and rescue. I personally like the tint palette. And you can do this even before you begin your mission. Use yourself or someone else as a kind of control to choose the color palette that best highlights a human heat signature in the area that you're searching. Now let's take the drone up to 350 feet. So at 350 feet, as you can see, I'm barely a dot moving through the clearing, and when I'm under the canopy, I'm almost impossible to spot, except when I move to the sparser areas of vegetation. Besides being able to switch palettes to make it easier to identify a person in wooded areas, the M2EA also allows you to zoom in. So if you have to operate at a higher altitude like this, you can safely and quickly take a closer look. To do this, you have to switch from video mode to still picture mode. The infrared camera is capable of up to 16 power zoom. I'm going to zoom in to 4 times from 350 feet to show you what that looks like. The ambient temperature in the forest today is about 78 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's important to note when you're searching because the difference in temperature between what you're looking for and other objects in the frame may be too narrow to get a useful reading. Okay, speaking of temperature differences between what we're looking for and the temperature of other objects in our scene or in our frame, I wanted to show you guys the DJI Thermal Analysis tool. This tool, the DJI Thermal Analysis tool, it has an isotherm scale on the right over here. And basically what it's saying is that the temperature range in the image that I took today while I was out on the trail, and you can see me pretty visible right here in the clearing, the temperature range in this image is 94.6 degrees Fahrenheit to 82 degrees. And what an isotherm scale lets us do is narrow the range of temperatures that are showing up vividly in the frame and focus more on a temperature range that we know the object we're looking for probably is within. So a human is going to be between the range of about 85 degrees and maybe 95 degrees. And since our lower temperatures in this are 82 degrees, we can click and drag and shorten that scale and you can see the image starts to show only the temperatures that are within this range vividly. And so we can shorten that even more. Let's say right now our lower end is 87.6. If I took that all the way to 88, for instance, you see in the frame here that everything goes dark except the temperatures that are in that more narrow range now of 88 to 94.6. So you can see in real-time search and rescue missions, this can be really beneficial because you can ignore the temperatures that you aren't looking for, and the objects that are within the range that you're looking for are going to be much brighter on your screen. So as useful as an adjustable isotherm scale is, especially in search and rescue, unfortunately it's not available on the Enterprise Advanced to be used in real time, but only after the fact in DJI's analysis tool. Furthermore, video can't be analyzed like this, but only still shots. So that's it, guys. The Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced definitely has some features and functions that make it a solid choice for search and rescue in today's drone market. The only caveat to that I would mention is the lack of an adjustable isotherm scale. And again, it's one of those decisions that DJI made that I'm just not sure of, because it seems like an intentional dumbing down of the drone, because it was available on the previous iteration of this drone, the Mavic Enterprise Dual. But anyway, that's just my opinion. It's got a great high-res thermal camera. It's great for inspections too, and I think it's a solid choice for search and rescue. Check it out, make up your own mind. And as always, thanks for watching. And if you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe. Take care.